Hello and welcome to the Minds on the Frontline Podcast. I'm Jeff Lassers, one of your hosts. I'm a professional firefighter, paramedic, educator, and content creator. My co-host today is Scott Taylor, a retired law enforcement officer and the lead support specialist with the FST5 program. In this episode, we welcome Sarah Hutton and Scott Harrell to discuss the partnership between FST5 and Dignity Memorial, which is a network of funeral homes, cemeteries, cremation providers, and memorial service professionals. This partnership supports Michigan first responders and their families during times of loss by helping to reduce the financial and logistical burden of funeral arrangements. Sarah Hutton is a location manager at D.S. Temrowski & Sons Funeral Home in Warren, Michigan, which is part of the Dignity Memorial brand. She has spent more than 20 years helping families during some of the hardest moments of their lives. And through that work, she has built long-lasting relationships with local first responders and their families. Scott Harrell works with Dignity Memorial and its wider network of funeral, cremation, cemeteries, and memorial service providers throughout Michigan and beyond. This episode breaks down the partnership in simple, real-world terms. When a first responder dies in the line of duty, Dignity Memorial offers funeral services and the related merchandise at no cost to the family. Beyond line-of-duty deaths, Dignity Memorial also helps first responders and their families through significant discounts and support based on the situation, the family's needs, and the services involved. The goal of this partnership is to reduce both the financial and logistical burdens families face during an already overwhelming time. Funeral arrangements, service planning, venues, transportation, honor guards, large crowds, and many decisions that come with loss can be a lot for a family or even a department or agency to manage. Through this partnership, FST5 can help connect first responders, families, departments, and agencies with a trusted local point of contact supported by the broader resources of the Dignity Memorial Network. For Michigan first responders and family members seeking more information, they can visit DignityMemorial.com to find a local provider or call them directly at 1-800-343-4464. First responders and families can also contact the FST5 24/7 Crisis and Resource Line at 1-833-34-STRONG to get connected with Dignity Memorial. Minds on the Front Line is presented by the Frontline Strong Together 5 program. FST5 offers 24/7 mental and crisis support for Michigan's first responders and their families. If you or someone you know needs help now, call 1-833-34-STRONG or visit FST5.org to learn more. Wayne State University administers FST5 with grant funding from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Together, we are dedicated to strengthening the health, resilience, and well-being of Michigan's frontline community. Please follow us on social media and enjoy the show. Sarah and Scott, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Doing great. Great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for driving all the way down here.
It was an adventure.
You had to bring a passport, I heard.
I didn't come from Canada.
Oh, you hail from Canada, but you didn't show up from Canada today.
No, not at all from Canada at all. I'm actually born in the UP, but didn't need a passport.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
In many respects, that's more Canada than some of my Windsor friends.
Right.
Anyway, so Sarah, let's kick us off. Who are you? What do you do? And where do you do it?
So I am a location manager at Temrowski Funeral Home in Warren, and I've had the privilege of serving families for over 20 years, basically meeting with them during their darkest moments as far as dealing with death with a family member.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have that in common, that we've had that conversation at different stages of those same families. So we're part of that family care continuum, right? In the hospital world, through EMS to the hospital, we call it the healthcare continuum. This is really that family care continuum. And so you serve in that role through Temrowski for, like you said, for a long time now.
Yeah. And I've developed a lot of relationships with our local police department. And, you know, they're a bunch of great guys and girls that you like to deal with. And being there at the corner of where we are at Common and Hoover, it's one of those things that they stop in, they say hi, you know, you develop that relationship with them. And if something happens in their family, we're their first call.
Right on. And that's led to more things we'll get into in a few. But Scott, who are you? What are you doing? And where do you do it?
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Scott Harrell, and I work under the Dignity Memorial umbrella, which really just supports anything that she needs. So I just try to help her be the best she can be at what she does, and she's great.
Yeah, give everybody an explanation of what Dignity Memorial is in relation to Temrowski Funeral Home, so people have an understanding.
Yeah, so the best way I can explain it is we have a network of funeral homes, and we have a network of funeral homes in Michigan as well as across the United States. Funeral homes, cemeteries, crematories, anything funeral related, really, we have it. And what's great about that is it means that we have significant resources, we have significant knowledge, and we've got the best team in place to care for people across all levels.
That's awesome. And now you guys hooked up with my buddy Scott. Scott, what is the connection now between FST5 and Dignity Memorial? Why are they here today and from the FST5 perspective?
Well, I've had the privilege of knowing Sarah for well over 20 years, I think. It's been a minute and a half. And Temrowski has always taken care of Warren's first responders. Right? They've always made sure when the services are needed, whether it's on duty, whether it's a family member, whatever the case is, that transition is done professionally, smoothly. And last thing you want to worry about is the arrangements to bury a loved one, right? Because you've got other stuff on your mind, especially if it's a line of duty thing, right? It's just we've got enough stuff going on. So Temrowski and Sarah have been fantastic on assisting the first responder community in that. And teaming up with Scott, they actually have some great benefits to offer first responders and their families in the state of Michigan.
That's amazing. Yeah. So it sounds like all those years of kind of servicing the community led to relationships that's now benefiting those first responder communities.
100%.
As one of our administrators here at FST5 that coordinates logistics, people, all the things that kind of the day-to-day operations of making the donuts, that's cool that we can leverage those experiences with some of these old-timers that are retired, bring in the people they've met along the way.
I mean, absolutely. That's why we develop these things. I want to explain this is a partnership. And I'm going to let them kind of explain why the partnership, what they offer. It's hard enough to go through that experience. If FST5 and our partners across the table here can make that experience easier for you, why not, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, they say there's two things that are definite in life, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have to pay taxes. I go to jail if I want. So there's really just one thing. One thing.
Well, let's get into that a little bit. So it sounds like you gave the friends and family discount to your first responder counterpoints in your local community. I always tip my cap to those businesses that take the time to really help out their local first responders or local municipal people. Right?
For sure.
They make the city go round, which facilitates your business. You know, it's a big family. So let's talk about that. What is that friends and family discount for? And I know that's not the official term here. I don't want to create any marketing for you. But how is it now impacting not just locally where we're at over here in Warren?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that we have, and quite honestly, we are very proud of, is heaven forbid if the unthinkable happens, first responder happens to die in the line of duty doing their job, we will take care of the funeral services and merchandise that they would purchase at no cost. So it's absolutely free. Really, anybody that has served our community, served our country, or been a first responder is eligible for some type of assistance from us as well.
So the top of that is line of duty death. You were like, we are helping this. It's already hard enough. That's huge. And now, do you have locations, like you said, all over the state, 37 locations, and that covers the whole mitten and back at your home?
Correct. Well, we don't have any UP, but
oh no,
yeah. But
it's gonna make our friends up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're pretty concentrated, Grand Rapids and South, but across the mitten, I mean, we would help pretty much anywhere. And what's great about our network of funeral homes is at the end of the day, first responders, it's a brotherhood. It's an absolute brotherhood that, honestly, I'm jealous of. That kind of, I want a piece of. But that brotherhood brings out so many people to support each other. They certainly tend to be some of the bigger funerals that we do with a lot of memorialization, a lot of history, and the honor guards and things that happen. We have the resources to be able to support the crowds. We have the vehicles to be able to support the crowds, backups if they're necessary, so that ensure everything goes smoothly.
Their version of mutual aid.
It's our version of brotherhood at that point, because we help each other out all the time.
That benefit, take the financial burden out of it, right? And that's a huge help on a family that doesn't know what's going to happen next. Just the liaison for like someone like you to deal with the family, take care of all the details. You're like, hey, we got this for you. We got this for you. Huge. Emotionally, it's a big, big help. And that is something that you can't put a price tag on, in all honesty, not in my opinion.
No. And what the family's going through at that point is bad enough.
Correct.
It's the least we can do for those that put their lives on the line for us. So
That's huge.
I know I speak for Sarah and myself that we have a ton of pride in this program.
It means a lot. And I can tell you, when we became a part of the Dignity brand, that was something that really hit home for me because my daughter is a first responder. God forbid something would happen to her.
Give her a shameless plug. What discipline is she in?
She's in Detroit.
What does she do? What is she?
She works in firearms inventory. She's a sergeant there.
Oh, police officer.
awesome.
She's a police officer.
Good for her.
Yeah.
We need lots of them. No, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
had to throw the plug.
It really doesn't hit me. You know?
Yeah, 12 years on, so.
Look, as long as I don't have to be a cop, I don't care. I wouldn't do good at it. The armor, the back problems. You got to wear the belt in the car, and they got things. And they got to walk like this because I don't know how you guys.
And
do
she
it.
is only 5'2", so
That's
I
rough.
don't know how she does it.
Well, good thing she's in the office doing firearms. It's a little safer over there, at least
Exactly.
to your back, carrying things around. Well, that's cool. So you're a mama bear to a first responder.
Yeah.
So you have a connection to it. Then that's just happenstance, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That all these things kind of came together.
So, but hearing, that we have this to offer to families, it's something that I truly believe in. It's something that I want others to know about, and that if they come to us, you are treated like family. You guys have that blue brotherhood and red brotherhood,
Right, and sisterhood, they're out there too. We got a big family.
But it's something that, like Scott said, we want to be a part of that too.
So let me ask you a few questions. Now, the obvious one was the line of duty death, but you also said you would afford some savings to people that, unfortunately, we have really high cancer rates in the first responder community, especially in the firefighting community. Dearborn fires have had 4 to 5, I think, diagnoses in the last 10 years alone. And this is not uncommon amongst our community here.
Right.
So unfortunately, we lose people at a higher rate than usual. Can you kind of talk on how you can help those families as well?
Yeah, and really a lot of the same things. I mean, it's not uncommon for us to offer a family of a first responder, it not being a line of duty death, but 50% discount.
That's amazing.
60, whatever.
Huge.
A little bit of a moving target, right? Can depend.
Well, there's
on,
a lot of things you have to consider there,
right,
but to I think that you said it there is significant savings.
Yeah.
Pretty much for most situations for first responders. I'm not trying to hold you to it.
Oh, no.
You said in the thing, right? Because I could understand, some have massive families. Some need very little.
Right.
So I could understand that some people are going to get a little bit more, a little less, based on logistics.
And need and what happens, right? I mean, we got to look at everything and weigh the whole picture, but, there isn't anything that we're not going to do to help a first responder.
To something.
Regardless of what the circumstances.
Yeah.
I
mean, I was a young first responder. I say young, I was under 30. I lost my father, and he wasn't a first responder. But I needed time off. I needed to get away for a minute. And the funeral ate up so much of my time when it came to and I'm not talking about the being there. That was easy. It sucked, but it was simple. You go there, you do the thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But you got to do you call people? What do you do with the flowers? What do you do with this? And now you're thinking about this business end of the thing when I'm like, now I'm an adult, right? I can't just pitch this off to somebody else. So so I can tip my cap to anybody who's trying to make that process suck less.
Yeah, and it really is navigating all that. People make a ton of decisions when it comes to all of this, and if nothing else, make sure your family knows what your preferences are. That really helps ease the burden, and then gives us something to work with, right? So at a time where you really have no room to think.
Right, those decisions are being made, like you said, and you're not in the right frame of mind to make those decisions.
You want to put it off 6 months, heal, and then deal with it.
Right. So we help manage people with all that, and that's a lot of what Sarah does, and does it very well. But one thing I want to touch on too, in terms of what we can do if it's a high-profile circumstance with a first responder, line of duty, those tend to be high-profile no matter what. We even have teams that come in from across the country that serve presidents and politicians and things like that, which are really big funerals. So we can call upon some of those people to help us make sure that those go perfectly.
Yeah, God forbid we have Temple Israel happened recently.
Right.
If that went south and they, you take that to the nth degree, I could imagine, and not to step in, it was a religious community. I'm sure they have plenty of options there, but those first responders, if they would have gotten injured and all of that, I could imagine needing a little bit more. And it is intensely I don't want to say there's pageantry to it, but it is.
No,
it's a spectacle when you go to a first responder.
It's
line of
almost a
death
parade.
funeral.
It's almost a parade.
Yeah, I went to one. I learned very young, just show up to him, even if you didn't know the guy. And so there's been at least one or two Detroit and Wayne Westland one and a few others, and it's like. It's awe-inspiring to see the connection with all the humans that show up. Like I said, I didn't even know half these guys.
Right.
And to just go to show my respects and to see what happens there. Even if you're a citizen, it's worth checking out. I don't mean to make it like a tourist thing, but pay respects to those people at the fallen and then appreciate what goes into that.
Yeah, easy to have thousands of people show up.
Easily.
And
And then in different rooms with monitors because they can't even serve. They got put in the basement of the church with TVs to even see what's going on.
A dozen of first responder vehicles, emergency vehicles showing up for the parade.
From all over the country.
From all over the country.
Every time.
Well,
it's insane.
We help match people up with the right venue for that, right? Like Ford Field, is that a venue that, may be appropriate? It has been in the past, right?
Yeah.
A bigger church so that everybody can have a seat, so we're not packed in there. Do they have enough parking? I mean, these are all things that we are the experts on, that we help families navigate.
You got a guy. I can call my buddy Scott.
I got a guy.
Oh, you call Sarah. But,
Right.
Yeah. You got a Sarah.
I got a checklist. I'll make sure everything is.
I can call my lady. She's got it.
You can call me too.
Because I'll call him.
There you go.
So if a first responder family is listening right now and wants to understand more options, how do they get a hold of you? Websites, social media? Like, what's the best way to connect with your information?
They can call the funeral home directly. They can search our website. I mean, it is temrowski.com.
TEM?
ROWSKI.
Awesome. .com.
Yeah.
Easy.
They can also reach out to our website, FST5, because we formed this partnership, and that's one of the things that we do. We talk about mental health support. If this is a mental health support, you're dealing with something, and what can we do to make it easier? So we'll be more than happy to make that link, that hookup. Or you can send an email to info@fst5.org, or you can call me. My number's on the website.
So, Sarah, what is one thing you hope first responders and their families take away from this conversation?
Knowing that we're there and that we can help answer any questions that they want. But the biggest thing is knowing that their loved one is going to be brought into our care with a lot of dignity and respect.
Can't ask for more than that.
How about you, Scott?
I would say make sure that wishes are known. And at the very least, have a conversation with your loved ones and says, hey, I know this is uncomfortable. I know nobody wants to talk about their demise. But at the end of the day, if your family knows, then it eases their burden. Because it's so stressful if they don't know. And all we ever want for families, and especially in very emotional circumstances like we're talking about today, all we want is for them to know that we're going to take really good care of them. They're going to be in the best hands with us that they could be, as opposed to anywhere else.
The family wants to reach out and they want that. I mean, we all those questions that we're going to ask at the time of arrangements are there.
That's
fantastic.
fantastic.
We can fill it out.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That always, one of the things we do, it's so morbid, but we call it the in case I get killed packet.
That's exactly what it is.
So Jessica,
that's
my
exactly
daughter,
what it is.
And what's funny is it sounds like most agencies have adopted some type of what banks do you have? What are your wishes? Basically, the accounting of, how do we get your family all their stuff and make sure? Which is a great practice if you don't already have things already set up.
100%. And that's what I told my daughter. I mean, because, she's out of the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if something happens to you, what do I need to do? What do I need to know?
Are all your beneficiaries assigned?
Yeah.
Like,
is
you'd
it
be
me?
shocked.
Is it me?
Right. We've all seen people not sign all the right paperwork, and then family loses out on some bucks that were pretty easy to get. So,
or it's upsetting to another family member.
Yeah.
Well, right.
You guys probably have more stories than we do.
We're about the same.
Well, to that point,
same patience.
It's funny. I was just riding with a lieutenant from Rochester Hills, Oakland County Sheriff, and he was saying, our jobs are not all that much different. And at the end of the day, he's like, we kind of get it for an hour or two, because they go to the scene, any first responder. You guys get it for days.
Yeah.
And but the empathy that has to be there is the same.
It takes a special person to be a first responder, and it takes a special person to deal with what you guys deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And that even go like to the MEs and whatever. It takes a special person to have certain types of jobs. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and to that point too, I mean, your job is very difficult, and one of your members of your community passes away. I mean, you could be close to that person, right? And it could hit home way more than not. And for that reason too, we do offer some assistance after the funeral in terms of grief resources and navigating those days, and even the financial aspect. We're not lawyers, we're not accountants, but we can at least point you in the right direction. Sometimes that's all people need.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But more than anything, we want families to know that we're going to serve them before, during, and after anything happens. That's a big part of what we do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, before we close out, I do want to bring something to our audience's attention. Just recently, Tomrowski unfortunately had to help out one of our local officers' family. They had a situation, and I'm going to let you kind of explain a little bit what you guys did, and without giving any names or details, but tell you how you helped one of us out.
Well, I got a call actually on Tuesday on my day off from one of the officers, and he had asked to meet, and absolutely. I don't care if it's my day off or not. I mean, we're always working. You guys are always working. You know how that goes, right? And made arrangements for his wife and her visitations today. But he said to me yesterday when he came in, he said, Sarah, I don't know how you do this every day. And, I kind of had to relate it back to him, too. I said, well, I don't know how you guys do it every day, too, right? For us, it's not just a job. It's a calling. And I think, when you take that call, you know what you need to do. You know what goes in place. We've got a checklist. We do this every day. This is this, and this happens. And for me to be able to take that burden off of him and just guide him through everything, it's a great honor to me.
Yeah.
And
in this particular circumstance, it was completely and totally unexpected. I mean, healthy young person out of nowhere. So that you said that his head's spinning.
Yeah, you're not talking an 80-something-year-old human. You're talking somebody who got
right.
a very quick diagnosis and then it was done. And talk about the situation where you just need a friend, a logistics friend to kind of handle this other end of it to make it as easy as possible. It's hard enough. So that's huge. I'm glad to hear that we have good stories and examples of how you are currently helping and how Dignan Memorial has expanded that beyond just the corner, what is it, Gratiot and...
Or at Common and Hoover.
Common and Hoover, sorry.
It's okay.
Every time I think east side, I think Gratiot. I'm like, it's on Gratiot and 59 somewhere, right? Hall Road.
He's an Oakland County guy. He doesn't,
Well, and let me say this, too, about that circumstances is they only wanted to work with Sarah. As she mentioned, it was her day off. We don't, share that when it comes to, hey, it's our day off. I can't really help you today. That's just not how people are, Sarah, are wired, right? But this person had shared, I only want to work with you. And that's a very big weight to carry, but a very honorable one.
Huge honor.
And
I think you accept that backpack pretty well.
Absolutely.
You like to snug that on. Let's go.
Says a lot about who Sarah is.
Yeah.
Right? And how much she cares.
Yeah. To talk about a team member.
Yeah. Because people aren't going to ask that if you're anything but passionate and empathetic about what you do.
That's exactly when the customer is always right. Yes, you do. Because now I don't have to do anything. Sarah's got it.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. I don't.
No.
Like I said, it's, some people look at it as a job. This is my profession. This is a calling.
It's your craft. You're making it happen.
Yeah.
You're part of the community. You're part of countless families, I'm sure, at this point. You've at least touched them in some way. So we appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
This has been really great, guys, and we're going to really help spread the word about this, and it's another great collaboration.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the time that you guys gave us.
Yeah, nice job, Scott. You found somebody useful.
Hey, listen, every now
I just
and
had
then.
to smile.
Every now and then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Minds on the Frontline podcast. We have more great content coming out soon. Please check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, and LinkedIn. And make sure to like and subscribe to all Minds on the Frontline podcast social media channels. Thank you, and have a great day.